No further delay, no further pauses, directly hopping onto Dust 2 yet again. After the orders, Sprout to dominate their opponent on it. Now Tricked and Ancient are fighting for a ticket to the minor. Both teams, I mean, in the past they have done improvements in a massive way. Honestly, both deserve it. There's not one where I would say they have done more. There's not one where I would have said they're just superior. This is going to be a fair fight. And as we're talking about, Draken trying to enter the site, huge hopes to find finally a frag, and that's gonna be William Sundin down. Well, otherwise, I mean, Hunden, good luck and fun. Trying to find a few shots left, right, and center. Realistically speaking, though, that's it. That's pretty much it. And so, Ancient, with the first coming their way, quickly updating you who in God's name has picked it, what, when, and why. Of course, that's gonna happen. Ancient have decided to play this nuke up next from the Danes. What a surprise. And finally, it would be Inferno. Hunden, known to be the brain of Denmark. Albert Einstein of Counter-Strike. I would even go that far. Forced away from the Molotov. Smoke popping perfectly. Ooh, that's good night. Plopsky losing his head. That's pain. That's brutal. That's disgusting and devastating. So you'd expect the Germans, pardon the Germans, I'm in the wrong matchup, hold on. So you would expect Danes now to have a quite good basis to work with, but 2 AKs in a Galil, and of course, the shots of Draken that do the job in the end. What a flick into the head of Bobsky. So, going on along, typical Ancient. I'm going to talk about that in a second. As 2 scouts try to do the difference, I doubt that's going to happen. Left inside of Drake and Galil must do the close range job, and as I say, it flicks on his head. It's huge good luck, have fun, but unrealistic it is. And so Tricked, except in defeat, Huge will though go for no damage. I mean, that's a good deal, right? Because you're using the scout. The follow-up, you can try to tech down a few, and when you do that, you basically get yourself in a position where the pistols, the standard issued pistol, could find racks, and ta-da, solution found. And this is where I want to give a shout out, by the way, to the man Reptice. Thank you very much for doing that. And now, dear chat, spam a thank Mr. Reptice. If you feel like it. I would do it. I honestly. You know what? I would do it. And the thing about Ancient is, and you're going to see that, right? Is Ancient, with the man Barbar behind them as a coach, is one of the slowest teams I have ever met. Barbar himself was always a slow type of guy, right? But with slow, it is this typical style you used to know from this old sort of Na'vi. And that was always executing like to the last 30 and 40 seconds. From a viewer perspective, I don't like it. From a viewer perspective, it's somewhat boring. Successful it though is. The only problem about this, it does not leave you any room for arrows. That's the thing I sometimes see being the problem. If you get what I'm saying. And as you see, the pistols getting 2 down. Plopsky well as Rusty falling down is not so great. This is going further. How is Trick finding those kills? Only 2 men can now retrieve that round. This could help them with the AK standing a chance, but if Huge tags him, things start to look a little sinister. As I say it, look how he sneaks around. It's Huge tagged him, but only for the box. That means the AK reigns supreme another time. And 1 more to go. There it goes. Brilliantly done from Disco, retrieving a situation that nearly got out of hand. It's the first timeout for Ancients. Hopefully talking this through. Was not ideal. Far away from it, actually. So, Ancient. Discussing this one. Very, very important to do so. There's the buy from Tricked. They have dealt major damage to the economy of Ancient as they try to amass money big time. Obviously interrupted in the process. We're taking a look at that. It's fine, it's fine. This is where it starts to look a little dark. Over and long, most of the drama is going to be played out. Rusty has passed Borup, who remains silent for a while. Over on mid, the majority of the action is happening in the meantime. Bomb dropped top mid. Another frag found by Plopsky. It's Huge and Hunden. The thing is, Huge got a good bit of control. Hunden obviously, though, has to play this out on his own. So, smoke now finally drops. Hunden is isolated, can't do much outside of a good molly. Again, it's really not going to do too much, as Plopsky can pretty much decide where to plant with that fire. Now, stopping to burn. Draken finds another kill. All done with ease, and Tricked collapse another time. Hunden to run away to the B sites. Stay back into tunnels. AUG brought through, and this is now the max losing bonus starting to hit them. 3,400. Trick could most definitely go for a little bit of an upgrade with, for example, something like the Deagle and the armor in the follow-up. Yet again, if that's going to be successful, is a different sort of story. Yet again, becoming, if you, by the way, I'm gonna be very self-conscious about that. If you now start to have a little few shots, right? If you have a vodka or tequila besides you in shot classes, every time I say yet again, you drink a shot, I'm sure you're gonna have alcohol poisoning after map 1 already. Yet again, it's 4-0 for Ancient. AWP in the hands of Draken is more than ideal. Freddy with the SG is lovely to watch. Those pistols gave Ancient a hard time previous. That was nearly them collapse into just standard issued USPSs. And look how intimidated this Godoplin is. He must have heard the steps already. Communicates with Rusty. There's no interest in going in close range duels towards tunnels because you always end up losing. Or at least there's a high tendency of losing instead of trying to pick an open duel. As I say it, Rusty comes through. Swoosh is not going to be able to prevail. Tricked had the tunnel's control, now gave it away. And a brilliant flashbang from Hunden. Is it going to benefit Borup in any way? Seems to be so. Tricked. Trying their luck. Hoping for the best. Yet again, a minute left. Those 60 seconds. Stuck smoke from this Godoplin. Trick doesn't seem to have the best read. I mean, surely they have the short control and are aware that a few players are focusing on middle. Doppelin just sticks to the wall and is lucky enough that Borb is not reacting in time. Could have ended quite much worse. And there you see it, what I said in the beginning. Ancient always playing it down to the last 30 seconds. And that's all fine. That's all good. That not working. Oh, the Arc dealing a bit of damage. Rusty on 72. Overall, bomb though dropped in a second. Holopsky's not wasting much more time. And this is the problem I see, right? Because imagine there would be just a world where, for example, a player would be coming through long, Plopsky plans in the last 10 seconds, and he denies him to get the C4 on the ground. Then Ancient would have built up such an amazing round with getting so much control, but also failed then just due to the time. That's it. With Ancient leading 5-0, pointing out this is their map pick, their decision to play this. So, I mean, them having an advantage is no real surprise, as already this has been diminished. Same about Acre. Long is not actively defended. Freddy could try to take the control over on that position. Funden not even actively peeking. The bomb could hit the ground anytime soon. Problem for Draken is he knows about the player top mid. That nade is then eliminating him. Bomb down, 40 seconds to get back on site. Hunden has a kit as he's waiting back on CT. Freddy must have collected quite good info there. So now they're trying to approach. Hunden could spot Freddy if he does a mistake or moves too far back. He doesn't seem to be aware that his back is exposed, as Rusty is only able to do it to some degree. You see, there is no real nade to deny him access. Freddy needs to peek anytime soon, but Teush is there to assist his teammate perfectly. Ta-da! That's gonna be 5-1. Finally, a sign of life coming in from Tricked, as it took a little long. So the CTs with the first timeout. If you're wondering what this is all about, this is a ticket for the minor. We're talking about nothing casual. This is the last ticket for the minor. It either goes to Ancient or Tricked. And that basically means both teams have never joined the minor circuit. Both have never ever joined that. Same, by the way, has no chance. Big Mouse, North, I mean, they've already been in a major/minor circuit. As you see back on long, they are not realizing there's a man in the smoke. Or do they? Now, Freddy, nearly finds a shot onto Hunden. With now the short control belonging to Ancient. One nade. There's nothing. Where was it blocked? Oh no, I mean that looked very much like could have pretty much put 3 players down to just 50 points of health. Failure though coming in, smokes towards CT, Hunden yet again totally out of control. Would have actually expected that he would be standing not even a single chance, but Acre. There he goes. And the thing is, if I remember correctly, it was Acre who never before played the op, really. And originally Tricked had Huge to play the op. Then they had Percy, that didn't work out. And now they have put Acre on the AWP. Same thing, by the way, that happened with Sirison. When Hunden was back at alternate attacks, Sirison, who now plays on Sprout, and by the way qualified for the minor as well, used to be a rifler. And Hunden said, okay, I need an op here. And so he said, Sirison, you're open. He was fine with that. And look where he went. Absolutely, some say he's even the best AWP in Germany, as he's, well, dedicated op, counting out Big, who don't have a dedicated op, really. Now it's Dennis, but, I mean, him transitioning to the AWP will be interesting. And that by insufficient utility coming in from Ancient. They found the frack. Slowly and steady. Long control to be annexed. Borb, the only man really holding them up, sprays through to find only one. A bit of damage, but Acres up. Immediately neutralized. And as they are immediately neutralized, slowly they go over long, trying to now get the bomb on the A side. Problem is, oh no, Bobski's gotta be hit once. The timing is so unfortunate for him. Draken realizes his switch, flicking over, and ta-da. Just a quick op change. Seems like he likes the Asimov skin a little more. Takes that huge in the end. So triple from William Sundin. And that is the 6th for Ancient. And Ancient, I have a lot of stories ready for them, which I'm going to tell a little later. With Freddy B seemingly interested in getting further. He's denied. Rusty though with the refrag. Ancient right now setting himself up for long again. No real surprise here. Suge could spot the head of Rusty. Oh, there it goes. Sees just his nose, basically. That's enough. And with one jump or a boost, Hunden could deny it again. Come on, do it again. Not rather just boosting his mate up. Plubski's though capitalizing on that. 2v2 with 102 points off health. He goes and swings that wide, even with those HP not looking good at all. And he's out. Draken is the only one right now delivering the show. And just casually coming through. Draken. Oh no, you would have expected a no-scope as he tries to shift for the smoke. And there's the third for Tricked. Not their map pick yet again to point that out. Another timeout coming in for the CT. Strict. Now 3 rounds. Of course, I think... I mean, when we take a look at the way Tricked plays, they try it very often with flanks. We though unfortunately saw how uncomfortable they can get. So that's a train, and that's a fast one over to B. Is Bubsky ready to deny further access? Well, to some degree. Sush is still with him as well. And that's no chance for Ancient. This Godoplin looking desperately to now support his teammate, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And please excuse me, I had to sneeze like a maniac. Hay fever when summer's coming is disgusting. Yeah, it is pretty disgusting. If you have hay fever, I feel sorry for you. In the meantime, a little Drake shooting into the food of this Godoplin as he shoots in his foot. He's like, come on, give me that NWP back, it's mine. So Drake over pretty much shooting millimeters above their head and without armor. Now carrying around that AWP, and Ancient definitely went more than 6 after they had a brilliant start coming in. And this is not where you want to fall down in the energy levels. Most definitely not. So Ancient, they sent themselves over and short already. That's a deja vu. We had that a few times by now. But they seemed a bit more long focused. It's 28 seconds. No problem is now allowed to occur, because otherwise they fall down to the time pressure. Plopsky is able to maintain control over Hund, and more to come onto Borup, and he surely will be hungry for Acre as well. As he swings wide, Freddy B might be taken out. No Cookley coming in. Plopsky's already on 2. The man's hungry for more, most definitely is. But the Arc, no chance. Reign Supreme makes it work. Tricked coming back on this map. I mean, funny wise, they have done the same against Heroic. That was against Heroic, pardon that. Or actually, they have been looking extremely bad. I mean, you have to say they have been looking extremely bad. And then they just turned it around, but couldn't win against Nato Safix and his crew. So Tricked. Waiting this one out patiently again. Ancient with a bit of a deja vu play, I would say. Shorts is definitely one of their favorite positions. Hardly seen them going to be the Nate. My goodness, that is Danish mortar fire. That hurts massively. As the molly drops as well. Ancient once more drop back. Tricked have already set their focus. And this one is not really seemingly fun for Ancient. Have, though, already initiated the rotates. Huge is the only man to then deny further access, but Bubsky, first of all, realizes nothing is gonna pass me. So Ancient, indecisive, really. Where to go? Is it rather gonna be long? Is it gonna be shorter? Is it gonna be tunnels? So Rusty and his crew, they decided, finally executing on a site. Faker taking down him. Drake and Stiegel might be not considered by Tricked at the moment. The Danes, can they reign supreme over those $700 pistols? I mean, they should. And there, Borup shows us that the Arc is the perfect tool for any scenario and fight. By the way, if Ancient makes it through, this would be the second team that has no org officially going to the European Minor, outside of No Chance. And if you're wondering, is there, by the way, a top 8 player in this matchup? Yes, it's Plopsky, who's top 8, actually the 8th place of this close qualifier so far, with 1.01 rating over the course of 4 maps. But you don't want to see this, really. I mean, a quick look right here tells us that Ancient was in the driver's seat for a while, but now it's fairly equal. Unsatisfying, probably, for Ancient, as Trick started to read them a bit better, and now, page by page, they can go through and counter them. With Hunden standing up there, it would be 2 smokes needed on mid to deny him access. Bubsky's taking on Plopsky. Rusty doesn't expect Hunden there, and he rather drops down, but he's trapped in the corner. He has to jiggle peek around it, and he's gonna fail against Freddy, as the Molo is landing on his corpse anyway. Well, the problem seems to be now only on Tsush, and as I say, it's dropped in front of the entrance of B. Draken, good luck, have fun with 30 seconds. It doesn't seem realistic. It doesn't seem possible. It also seemed like Tsush has found out where he stands. Tricked in the lead, and my goodness, I'm a little surprised about that. So Hunden taking out Freddy. That is the controller belonging to Borup and his teammate. My goodness. No real issue. So Raken taking on Acre in the end. It would be a heroic play by him, really, but an AWK and an AWP, hard to counter. Seconds now. I mean, what do you want to do as Drake in here? You could, of course, try to enter the A side, many angles to check, go out long, and then choose one of the million paths you could take. Boopski slowly and steady, you see there with the X-ray, trying to take the double doors control. Drake moving in the other direction. So it's huge. Holds a bit of an off angle. Draken could be ready though. Jiggle peeks around. There's the smoke thrown. Oh, it's huge. Ah, that has been heard. Yep, Draken has heard that. Now as he's there up on the pedestal, the shot comes in! Oh, Disco Doppelin! You're the only one, pardon, that's only Draken to save the day. Here's the player coming closer, and Draken! Oh, you the clutch hero, once more tricked! Fall short when they could have had much more. And I read a comment right now in the chat where it said, why did the pros start using the SG and the AUG variant later? And I have this idea. Hear me out. I have this idea. The reason why is that Valve just introduced a coupon code to it for a limited time where it costed $50 more than the M4. So you give it a try, and then you realize, oh, it's not that bad. Suddenly, oh wait, that's actually a viable weapon. I never thought it's gonna be good. As I'm trapped in my own bubble of not going out of it ever, I actually realized it was good. I remember Speedy, before that meta change happened, used to play the AUG quite a good bit. Basically, Speedy is a hipster, saying it like that. And yeah, I mean, that is for me personally the reason why it happened, because people started to realize the weapon is very good by just reducing the price for a while, realizing, okay, it's getting a little out of hand, then putting it up again. But you see, it didn't really change much, did it? And Ancient, gotta play it with 4, but should make it work when we take a look at the buy from Tricked. FCZ and FAMAS, not so great. Yet the AWP from Sush might do a difference. To the left bottom, sees the head, takes him down. At that point in time, I mean, I wouldn't really expect anything to be turned around. On the Rusty to now take down shorts, as I say it. The ship might start to sink. If Hunden sees Draken in time, just gets out of the position from Car in the meantime. Susan short, isolated for a second. Hunden moves around. Draken should see him beforehand. Freddy takes down one, and the AWP then does the rest. Here comes number 8 after a 6-2 lead. It took a while for Ancient. A good time, actually. Ancient, this is their map pick, this is their decision, and this is them being a bit better on the CT sides, at least on paper. Draken taking actively duels in middle, not finding anything yet. So maybe his friend, this Kotoplin, is able to seize the opportunity, does exactly this. That's him out. 4 more players remaining for Tricked, and Ancient now would most likely benefit from being in the driver's seat. Mid-air actually being tagged. Freddy, those strikes finally eliminated. And Drake in there on ramp is not having his best time. As though they really are patient. Boopski with what a headshot goes over along. Where's Clock could reign supreme. Does that on Disco Dumpling and on Plopski as well. Those are the frags that Tricked now bring into a tied up situation. Or pretty surely in a tied up situation. Rusty has armor that's nice and great. It doesn't seem that realistic, does he? I mean, slowly approaching the sights. One found, and Boopski tapping away in the end. The quad coming in from him puts them tied up. And a quick timeout from Tricked coming in. Now the pause is cancelled. We're going back into it immediately. I mean, not ideal. Obviously, Draken finding a frag the way you know him. Slowly and steady, the AKs move out of tunnels. Nades being dropped outside of mid. Now, not so great. The ancient side, but Draken and the Scout are big-time friends. Besides that, after 16 rounds played, he's on a 108 ADR. That sometimes is the thing. And here he tags another. Huge not really benefiting from the situation. Draken taking him down then in the end. And there's much more coming. Unfortunately, though, Long belongs to the side of Tricked. And even a Draken has his limits, as he has done good damage overall. Not much more to come. And so Tricked with the number 9 over here on the T side of those 2. And after number 9, number 10 should come in, because Ancient can only bring through Plopsky and this Godoplin in case that is even happening. Don't really want to count them out yet, though. As he approaches Ram slowly and steady, Hunden eliminated. They don't have a kit, and this, of course, makes it impossible. Plopsky looking for the Kukli shots. There he tries to take down Aker, but that could be at least a weapon removed from his hands. So now, bang. Boopsky out, and Aker eliminates not even both, and Plopsky with a single point of health survives. With Drake very obviously getting number 10 here. The problem of the previous round was somewhat that they have lost so many players, which does not allow them to amass big time money, which means they collapse immediately. As they approach Long immediately onto the site. No real problem occurring. Of course, this is working so well. Draken and Co. I mean, doing their damage onto Drake would be brilliant, but I mean, the weaponry in the previous round was actually favorable to do something. Now I don't really believe in it, as though they will try. Tried our best to make it work, and this goes out. Good luck, have fun with the rest of the crew of Ancient. They probably just tried to do, as said, the damage they want. Not gonna happen though, and their one AK brought through is already more than decent. Ta-da! 10 to 8. Ancient's map pick not going their way at the moment. Now we gotta see it though. Now they got the weaponry. Now they're looking decent. Now they have everything they will be looking for. Take a look at it right now. Draken on the op. Brilliant. Tilty there. Also great. Now it's very interesting to see what Ancient is about to do. A quick look on the map. No one actively seeking mid control. I mean, Draken could drop down to CT once help is needed. London's focus more on the side of shorts, and this is actually the position I wouldn't like to run in. The AWP is as precise as we know. Draken, the Swedish sniper, who mostly only leaves graveyards around him. Trick set up in a different way now. Seems like long is going to be focused at the point in time. Rusty will wait back in pit. And Ancient, you see right there, they don't intend to go to tunnels and have any aggressive setup to get information. They really played back on the sites as passive as possible. And with 35 seconds left on the clock, once a side is coming to the A side, I don't imagine anyone will remain on B. Plopsky would be the first one to come over, but first of all, they have to get onto the site. Still no rotation from Ancient. They still wait this one out. Now they finally have a reaction to it, and there they come. Draken, Rusty, and Co. They prevail to some degree. Draken letting one pass and slide. As the bomb over along can prevail and stand for another time. 10 more seconds for Poopski to move over. Make that 8. It's not gonna work, does it? It can't. No. Even worse. But the good thing is, he dies before time. Ancient get the number 9 for themselves. Tricked very hesitant. And Tricked, on this round, this is pretty much going to be their last, to say it like that. Towards the eco seems inevitable. This one's going to be close. I'm just going to repeat, though. We'll talk about this, too. Tricked has played this one 20 times in the last 3 months, with victories against Aristocracy, Sharks, Epsilon, Amiga, Wendigo, so definitely decent teams. Maybe a bit of a risk, actually, from Ancient to play this, but when Ancient picks a map, and that's my gut feeling, when Ancient picks a map, they're 100% certain about it. They're not leaving a risk in it. Freddy eliminating Hunden. Tricked falling down yet again, losing their IGL. Maybe he can now lead his team in the right direction from that, with a frag frown of the Bubsky. You see a rotation from Draken immediately reinforced. Plopsky tries to take them all down. His spray works on 2-2. And Tunnels is in the hands of Ancient. Draken with usual accuracy. And that means 1 point of health to switch up Tricked's fate. And as I say, it's typical Draken. Draken does Draken things, as we know. Devastating power from the AWP, but there, as we said earlier, here comes the eco. Shooting gallery has opened for William. And as there should be no problem coming in for the AWP. Here comes the third. I mean, Draken was absolutely nasty. This guy snatches one away, and now one rifle bullet is gonna take down Hunden. He runs to the B sites. More like it's the tunnels. Everybody is coming in from Ancient. And Hunden is really spending the time on this. He's really spending the time of this. Once more, quick look at the scoreboard. Oof. Well, take a look at that. 26 frags, 122 ADR. Good guy Draken doing his job brilliantly. trying to approach the B side. My goodness, Plopsky! 3 frags, all the director's not on him, doesn't even matter. Ancient in the driver's seat. Bubsky eliminated whilst Draken does his drive-by. 28 frags. He's enjoyable right now. Eagles in the hands of Danes, of course, very, very dangerous mixture. But as they move over short, one aggressive take to get onto the site. And as you see, him and the boys just setting themselves up over there on short. The nade is brutal. Good night. Acre, 4 more to go. Nobody, by the way, having body armor, so this will directly result in big damage and big problems. Nobody should die. Hunden eliminated at last. 3 more for Ancient. I mean, this is comfortable. This feels comfortable, at least. And buy after buy is coming in. Tricked. Obviously struggling so massively to make it work. Orbico now push for long. Rusty's going to take down 1. Plopsky's going to come in as a support. Means Tricked only down to 3. Out of middle though, Bubsky is out. And this right here could be a very interesting B-take that brings Ancient down on their knees. Draken is not allowed to fail. Oh, and that is a gap where he rather retreats. Understandable in the end. Does he know about the middle player? I mean, he doesn't even move in front of the window. And Draken's be like, this is a bit fishy, isn't it? Why is nobody coming over middle? So they leave Bubsky in there and hope to get the players once they figure the rotate. Ancient at the moment, though. Not moving over yet. And Bubsky is a pivotal part in this. So Draken tries to prevail. Beautiful shot onto Hunden. He's down. And another one exited the tunnels already. With that flashbang, he might give himself access. Draken, what are you made of tonight? As only Bubsky is the man to chime in, but, I mean, not with Draken. Not on his watch. Disgusting. That's just purely disgusting. Ancient on the CT side. They're not to be stopped at all. So, Tricked once more down to the Eagles. We have seen it in the past already. How many things did he get? 3? 4? That's what it looked like. And so, Rusty and his crew, definitely with the number 14 coming in. I mean, the Ark and Suge should give it to Acre. Just wanted to say, that has to happen. Draken checking out middle. They line up! Oh no! It looked like it! He gets another one, Draken! You are absolutely disgusting! He wanted that to be a no-scope. You're a cheeky man. And, well, it's absolutely amazing. Really, this is a man where you really can't get enough from him right now. 10 to 15 buy from Tricked. And if it goes on like that, if Nuke is in a similar fashion with the players performing like that, I wouldn't be even surprised if this is a 2-0. With Tricked and Ancient fighting for a slot to the Miner, it seems like that is right now so badly in favor of the Swedish side. And man, oh man, I like Hunden. I have to be honest with you. For me, the big impulse in the scene. Some say he's a bad player, some say he's a bad fragger, some say he's not important. I definitely disagree with you. Couldn't name one who had... I mean, there are many people who had major impact on the Danish scene. He's one of them. So seeing him going to the Miner would be amazing. In the meantime, Barber and Plopsky, they deserve it. Working so hard for it. And Ancient, they have already set a player close to the T-spawn. Freddy is going to realize when that rotation is coming in. Still not going to hear somebody. Tricked still going silent. There it goes. Double frag for Freddy. That's it. And see you guys for map number 2. We're heading into a little break, and then we're going to go over on Nuke.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours